had this scooter, which he made. It's got ball bearings and it goes like crazy. He's at the top of the hill. And he says, well, I gotta try it out. So now he didn't know that there was a pilgrimage going up there, but he just knew there's a really long road. So he's in a scooter and he goes down the hill and he's going, all of a sudden these people start coming up the hill. Louie's going the other way. And it says, Mama Kipa! Then he'll get out of the way while his scooter was going down. He goes through, he's laughing away and says, and that was Louie. And he had his own scooter from his own junk, his own treasure, and that's been doing all his entire life. He finds junk and makes treasures out of it, and he has a good time doing it. And that's my brother Louie.
Louie adored his grandchildren. Present for every sporting, school, and significant milestone, Grandpa was their number one fan. Michael Chavarella is going to come up and share a few words about Grandpa.
Oh, there he is.
Hello everyone, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Michael Chavarella, Louie's grandson. Each one of us has our own memories with my grandfather, all in our own special ways. A friend once said to me, if death never occurred, then your memories wouldn't be so special. Like my mom said, if you haven't already, there's some cards to share a memory, some at the front, some at your tables. My grandfather was always a storyteller, so he'd love for you to share with us a story or a memory about him. Grandpa always considered Scenic Woods a second home. He marshaled here for 10 plus years, and whenever they needed something fixed, Gramps would be the first call. This is where I had my first job as a back shop boy at 13 years old, cleaning clubs, cleaning carts, picking the range. And also had the privilege of golfing here as a kid with my grandfather and all his marshal buddies for a good 6-7 years growing up. Some of my best memories with my grandfather. I just remember the nights before I used to stay over at Grandma and Grandpa's, and I'd just be so excited to play, I'd barely sleep. Even used to take me out marshalling after school. So if we weren't busy hawking for balls on 16 or 13, all the good spots, you'd be giving people shit, either pick up the pace or don't park too close to the green. My grandparents were always a big part of us grandkids' childhoods growing up. We all have many memories of. Me personally, it's running around in the backyard in my birthday suit because of a rashy bum. Or getting lost in the big pile of leaves because my hair was the same color. The Easter egg hunts, the countless games of cards after one of Grandma's home-cooked meals. Whether it was Scopa, Rummy, Queens, 31 Sequence, Bugger Neighbor, Gramps never took it easy on us. Always super competitive, he needed his coffee money and had no problem taking it from his grandkids. Gramps always lived life to the fullest, always got the job done at the end of the day with a smile on his face the entire time. At the golf course, in the garage, and just a life period. Those are memories I'll hold on to forever. And before he left us, he told me family and a few good friends is all you need. So check in with your loved ones, give them a call, pay a visit, enjoy the time you still have left together. I'll always carry the life lessons Gramps taught me along the way, and I know I'll always be looking down supervising me. One of a kind he was. If you raise a glass to my grandfather, one of my heroes. Salute.
Louie and Cam raised 2 sons. I'd like to ask Dan Chavarella to come up first to say a few words about his dad.
Hi, folks. Mark, I thought you were going to tell the roof story. And my pop fixed Aunt Antoinette's roof. I was working at the master. I came up to the house to help. And when I got there, Pop was on one side of the roof. Mark and his buddies were on the other side of the roof completely. I'm like, what's going on here? And he's like, he said he was going to throw us off the roof. Anyways, Pop wasn't a guy that did a lot of bragging or anything. So a lot of you guys don't know that he and my mom, well, Dad was the very first president of the Hamilton Injured Workers Group. My mom was the first treasurer. That group's still going. It's down on Barton Street in Ruth. And they help a lot of people who get their disabilities, get WSIB. And that was Pop and Mom that helped found that. Something you never brag about. But I'm gonna keep this short because everybody's already said so much. But I do want to share this one story. Pop had a ton of opportunities to get filthy rich. Right? People offered him land instead of money. Like, here, instead of paying you, I'll give you this parcel of land. He's like, I need the money. Right? All these other opportunities, and he was down on himself one night. We're in the basement at his house, and I go like, well, Pop, if you could have done anything with your life for as a job, what would you do? He's like, I golf. I go, okay, well, let's assume you're not good enough to be a PGA golfer. What would you, if you could do anything for a job, what would you do? He goes, I'd fix cars. I go, so, well then, Pop, you're the most successful guy I know. You spend your entire life doing exactly what you want to do, and when you're not doing that, you do the other thing that you want to do. So, yeah, my Pop had a beautiful wife, beautiful house, beautiful family that loved him. He was the most successful man that I knew. Thanks.
Mike.
What?
Good answer.
What do I gotta do?
The oldest of two sons, spent many years in the garage with Dad, both as a child and as an adult. I'd like to invite him up to share a few of those stories and others. And he's asking to stay.
Hello everybody, I'm Mike Chavarella, Mom and Dad's oldest. Great to see everybody here, it's amazing. Cousins I haven't seen in 30, 40, maybe even 50 years. And extended relatives and friends and all the support for my kids, my siblings, my parent, mom, now. Greatly appreciated, to say the least. A lot of people have kind of already said a lot of the stuff that was in my speech. So I'm just going to fill in the blanks a little bit and talk about Dad's work life, because nobody's really talked about that. As Tony said, he's an immigrant. He played around back in Italy with stuff and found parts. So lo and behold, he became a parts guy, parked a lot of parts, and basically ran the show for the Katz family for many, many years, up until he had a tragic, for us as a family, it was a tragic event where he got run over by a truck. And that changed the trajectory of his next chapter, so to speak. He was crushed, punctured his lung, and everybody had seen him recently, or in the last 10, 20 years, he had a big bend in his knee, because they never repaired his knee properly where the tailgate collapsed his leg, broke his leg, then the tailgate backed onto his chest and collapsed his lung and moved the cement wall. So, much like he did with everything, he beat it. He's like, this thing gonna knock me down, and he got back up and continued his life. he spent a lot of time after Parkdale Auto Parts, just doing stuff on his own for friends and family and making a couple bucks here and there selling parts. So that's kind of his work life, and just was thrilled that like fixing stuff was his game. Like that's no what else to talk about. Like, is there anybody in this room that he hasn't fixed something for? Basically, it boils down to, and me and Dad lived that. Like we got dragged along, and probably why I ended up becoming a tradesman in the first place, because I was just as handy as Dad. Nearly not as qualified, but I try to do the best I could in his name. But I don't know where I'm going with fate. So I'm gonna say one of my stories, because that's what we're here to do, talk about stories. And after I'm done, do a toast, right? And then going forward, I would like everybody to keep them going by telling the stories, because that's what he liked to do. So here's my first story that I remember of Dad. So he used to race stock cars at Speedway Clinic. And I was 6 years old, according to Mom. And Dan came along, and she's no way is staying home with two little kids while he's out having fun with his buddies, racing cars. So he said, you gotta take Mike with you. Okay, Mike, jump in the truck, let's go. And off we went to the race at Speedway Park every Friday night. Well, kids weren't allowed in the pits, so he would drop me off at the front gate with a quarter for popping a popcorn and say, you gotta sneak in with the family. I learned pretty quick how to beat the system. So I would blend in with the family, like I said, and I would spend every Friday night running around the racetrack with my buddies from school, and I had a great experience. Still to this day, I have an urge to go to the races. So I think that's where it comes from. And along those lines, being at the racetrack all the time, there was this big event. They had a tricycle race at Cuba Speedway. It was a big event that was going on, and it's like, I want to go on that race, Dad. So we had a buddy that had a junkyard, used parts, and they found this old three-wheeler tricycle that was chain driven, but it was broken, so it had to be repaired. So I go, Dad, you can fix it, you can fix anything. And basically from that day on, he's been fixing everything for me my entire life. First got a call when you're stuck, first got a call when you got a project, first got a call, period. So we fixed that bike, and his buddy looked at it and says, I guess you gotta fix it now. And they fixed it, but they didn't have enough time to put brakes on it. So it was a chain-driven three-wheeler, and they started, I was 7 years old, I think, and it sounds crazy, but it was a tricycle race, but they had a category from 5 to 9, and then 9 to 12. And I was 7, but they put me in the 9 to 12 because I had a chain bike, and they started me the furthest away, and Dad said, just go like a bat out of hell to that first corner, lead everybody to it. And I did, and I basically almost lapped everybody in that race, and it was only a one-lap race. And coming into the finish line to get Dad's running on the track, and he's all happy, and I had no brakes, so I did what I always did. I stuck my shoe in the forks to stop it on the tire, and then everybody starts laughing, and Dad runs up all happy with his Merrickville t-shirt on at Cuba Speedway. And he always got a kick out of that Merrickville beat Cuba. So those are my two stories, and which one?
Building the truck.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty important. So, these guys, I have a 1963 Chevy C10 sitting up there in the parking lot. 9 years ago, we started that project. Dad wasn't, still healthy, relatively healthy, but we did that project for 5 years together, and we had endless conversations in the garage. We had neighbors come over, friends come over and help. And we turned that garage into a little bit of a clubhouse over the last 9 years or so that we've had that truck going. And we actually, everybody comes in, they have to bring a coffee. And if they don't have a coffee, they go for coffee. So that's the Go for Cough Garage, and anybody wants to stop by and have a coffee with Dad and I, that'd be great. That's all I got to say right now.
As we wrap up the tributes, the formal part of the celebration, I would like to invite everybody here to please stay and mingle. We do have the venue for another hour until 4 o'clock. And again, it's about the stories, and we'd really like to, hear from you as well. But we do have it until 4, I am told. Sure. But please stay around and mingle. We'd love to hear from you. A special thanks to Richard and the staff here at Scenic Woods for opening up the golf course and hosting Louie's send-off. It was the day before Louie passed when Michael shared with him our plans to have a celebration of life at a place where he had so many good memories and friendships. This truly did bring a sense of joy and peace to Louie in his final day. Thank you again for everybody here at Scenic Woods for all your kindness and hospitality. Thank you. On behalf of the family, I would like to express our sincere gratitude for everyone for the outpouring of support we've received over the last several weeks. We are humbled by everybody's presence and so many families, so many friends, and so many of you traveled so far to be with us today. Thank you so much for coming. It means the world to us. I'd like to ask Cam, Dan, to come up at front to lead us as we raise a glass in Louie's memory. So if you could all get a drink, please.
That's mine. Thank you.
Okay, while we're getting set up, and I did forget one of my story. The whole, the tie-in to Scenic Woods. Obviously Dad worked hard, played hard, and got introduced to golf through Barber's Restaurant Equipment tournaments. His very first tournament he ever been in, never golfed in his life. So he shows up at the tournament and he's got no clubs. So it's like, hey Lou, where's your clubs? He goes, I got 40-pounder Canadian club. So Jack Egan, one of his buddies, says, okay, you're with me. That was his introduction to golf, and they took him under his wing and taught him the rules of golf, and he fell in love with it. So and it was a great chapter for him in the after work life. Like the rest of us have to find something to grasp onto, and he did through Scenic Woods. So once again, we're grateful for Scenic Woods to help out doing this for him. So, that being said, are we just gonna do a social as usual?
Yeah.
Bye, whatever you're doing.
A big giant social to Dad. Thanks for being here, and please share this message. So